So Eula just came out and she's Pog. So the original assessment of people going into this before we get into the video is if you're free to play or a newer play or a really new player to the game, all the assessments that YouTubers and other things made are pretty on point. And if you're an advanced player and you're AR-55 plus and you've been 36 star and abyss and having a good time and clapping out, yeah, she's lit. Let's go see what MiHoYo has in store for us. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm excited. I got kitties being cute as fuck. Oh shit, look at that. Look at those. Look at those kitties. Jesus. They're so adorable. They just wouldn't let me sleep while I was waiting for Eula. So we're gonna go check her out. That ass though. Oh my god, look at that. Jesus. Alright. Oh wait, new ka-ching. New ka-ching. New ka-ching. There's the new ka-ching. So pretty fast on attack animations. The E's kind of cool. Yeah, let's go check that. What's the hold E look like? Oh, the flourish, dude. Yeah, pause alerts. All right, so the Eula they gave us is a 2k attack, 2100 attack total. Okay, let's see. They gave us a level 60 broke ass pines, 4 piece of the new Fizz set, Constellation 9, talent level 8. Let's see what the stat distribution looking like. Okay, 57 120 with a broke ass pine set with 135 ER. This is basically like a bunch of 2-roll artifacts and some 1-roll artifacts for crit chance crit damage. So these are some mid-tier artifacts. Nothing insane. The broke ass pines. Okay, let's go check it out. Auto attacks against treasure hunters. Now these enemies have minus 15% physical resistance, and that's pretty good. Okay, so that's I knew this was going to be the enemy they tested against because this is the best enemy for physical resistance. Okay, so we got all that. Got my 2 stacks of my Grimheart up. All right, so now we're going to use the hold E. Big damage. Okay, phew, that flourish hits a lot. Okay, now we're going to go in with the big Q. Okay, I'm going to do a press E here again. Okay, and now we're going to do a hold E. Okay, wow, 100k easily. Okay, looking kind of good. Okay, so no Superconduct yet. We're testing out the abilities so far, and this is basically what I expected from this character at this range. Yeah, this is pretty bitchin'. It's pretty bitchin'. I like the multi-attack flourish. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and try that again with Lisa. So phase 1, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go use Lisa real quick. I'm gonna go use this ability from Lisa. We're gonna use an E hold. This is super connected, big stacks damage. Okay, another press E here just for the damage increase for fun. We're gonna use a Q here just for no reason whatsoever, and a hold E here just because I can. And then they're all super conducted and doing mad lead damage, and then big flourish damage in the boom. Okay, that's super. So you just run over right before it ends. That's cool. Yeah, 120k. Basically what you expect from this character. Okay, so let's look. So when you use a press E on this character, the Grimheart stack, which is the first kind of stack, is not really super visible. Okay, I'm looking for the animations here. I don't see a Grimheart stack. How do you see a Grimheart stack here? Where, does anybody see it? I don't see any like animation. The cape? Okay, so the cape. Okay, so the cape's blue. Chat saying the cape's blue. Okay, so look at the cape. Okay, use it once. It's like, oh, I see it. So the cape is like light blue here, and let's see, does it ever wear off? Does it ever wear off? Let's switch off of her and switch back. It's still there, so you can retain a Grimheart stack. Okay, it looks like it lost a fuckload of time, so you can easily do like a tap E, switch off, hold E on Elisa, do whatever flourish animation characters, and then do a bunch of shit. Come back to her, and still there. Do your second E, it's up all the way. Then go back to whatever character you want to, just like I thought you could do, and then come back to her, do a hold E, big flourish, okay? And then you can do your big nuke attack here. Big Mad Lad nuke attack. Alright, then you get your 1 stack, then you get your 2 stack, then you come back in, do your Mad Lad damage, okay? Then you can come back over, do your hold E tap, and then switch off of her after that's all over, and then switch what? Oh, wow. This character is fucking savage. Oh my god, she's awesome. I love this. So you can, she's good for switching off of and coming back onto. You don't have to stay on her like Razor to keep your stacks, and you can just pop whatever your ulti ability at different times. You can pop the hold E early or later, and then you can just finish off with her with a switch, and it goes boom, nuke damage. Okay, that's bitchin'. I don't have another word besides bitchin' for this character. That's so fucking cool. Yeah, this is perfect. I love Eula. She's legitimately exactly what I was hoping for. Okay, so for those of you who are not in the know, so Eula has 2 abilities. First ability is a break ability. Let's go ahead and check this out. So the first thing with Eula is that her tap E ability is just going to do 234% damage on the E, and when you use it, it's going to go boom damage and give you 1 stack of this Grimheart thing, okay? That's the first thing you gotta know. The second thing you gotta know is after you get 2 stacks of it, then you can start using this physical resist down, cryo resist down thing on a hold E, which does 393% damage, okay? If you consume 2 Grimheart stacks, there's a passive that does a huge damage from your Lightfall Sword, which is that physical proc after the hold E with two stacks, and it does Mad Lad damage. So that's pretty bitchin', okay? If you use your ultimate ability, you get a stack from your ultimate. I'll go to the ultimate. So the ultimate ability, we'll go ahead and use it real quick. So the ultimate ability gives you 1 stack of the Grimheart, which are E stacks. You can see where the cape kind of changes color to a light color here. And then if you use another E afterward, it turns back to that really dark color. Is there a, how do I heal? There's no way to heal on this team. Thanks, Mihoyo. Let's go ahead and do this ability real quick, okay? We're gonna go back into it. Hold E, just 1 hit, okay? They're giving us this Favonius bullshit right now, though. I don't know if I like this. Anybody else noticing the Favonius bullshit? So an E gives 1 energy particle? So I don't know if this is the domain buff, but... And we're getting extra energy particles because we're in this domain. But she has 135 ER right now, right? And her ultimate is coming back really quick. I don't know why she's getting so many energy particles back. And I think we're gonna have to do a follow-up video to figure that out, because it's very inconsistent, and that was the core thing. Now, they said a while back that they improved the characters in these testing domains, right, in order to give us more energy recharge to enhance the experience of the character or some BS like that, right? So I don't know if she's getting more energy from those things. I think the best way to test her would be in the story quest. So let's go test her out in the story quest. All right, we finally got Eula in the story mode, level 90, popping off, yeah. All right, we're like an hour and a half into the story, so it's a bitchin' story, by the way. We'll try not to give you 2 spoilers. Okay, so combat details right now. She's got level 7 auto attacks and all across the board. She's level 7 talents. She has constellations, obviously. C3. So C1 gives her physical damage increase based upon other crap. So I'll make this so you can see it. Okay, so C1 makes it so that if you use Grimheart stacks, you get physical damage bumps. So we're about to see Mad Lad damage, okay? C2 gives you, decreases the cooldown of Icicle Vortex holding mode to render identical to press CD. So like if we do a hold E here, it'll go down to 4 seconds. Pog. So that's super good. Like super good. If you want to stay out on Eula forever, okay? But otherwise, if you're gonna be swapping off Eula, it doesn't really matter. C1's the prize. C2 is pretty good if you're doing co-op, and then pretty good if you're allowed to stay out on Eula like forever, like Razor. And then C3 Pog damage, C4, and C6. I hear C6 is really good, but we'll see. All right, that's the wrong button. All right. So let's see. What kind of stats are we working with? We are doing 57, 130, 135. So pretty much the same as before. No Fizz Goblet, though. No Fizz Goblet. Okay, so we don't have a Fizz Goblet. The only Fizz we have is from the Song of Broke-Ass Pines, which is now at 741 base attack. All right. So let's go around and try this out. Oh, look at chest. And then hold E press. Wow, that was pretty good.
Crush.
Dragon Strike. This is why we use a Fizz Goblet. Yeah, that's why we use a Fizz Goblet. Okay, that's why you use a Fizz Goblet and not an attack percentage goblet. Okay, that's okay. Make sure Fizz Goblet. It's Dewey. All right. And that's why you don't use a fucking Noblesse set. What the fuck? All right. Let's go do some. I guess we're using a 4-piece Noblesse set now. Okay. Weird chip.
More speed. Beg for mercy.
Fizz Goblet and make sure you use a 4-piece Noblesse set.
Shudder.
All right. So this is her energy gain right now. So I was kind of concerned about this.
I condemn you.
Do we lose everything? Okay, so we lost our steps. Even if you miss, you lose. All right, yeah. So what we wanted to see is the energy gains. Okay, so we want to see the energy gains here. Let's go ahead and use a tap E. Tap E gives 2 energy particles. Okay. See if we can get. I'm gonna run over and hit both of these guys.
Shudder.
Okay, we got 2 energy particles even from multiple. Let's do a hold E.
Eye for an eye.
I think I saw 3. Go back. Let's try it again.
I condemn you.
Yeah, 3. So hold E gives you 3.
Eye for an eye.
Tap E gives you 2. Yeah, okay.
More speed.
And the energy gains we were getting out of the stuff before is really low. So her Eula's energy gain is really freaking low. Like really low. Okay, so let's go ahead and use our ultimate and see how long it takes to get out with 135 ER. Okay. 1. Where's she at?
What a sorry
Oh, she did.
sight.
Oh, she did. Okay, it's like okay. Can you guys like stand still for a second?
Beg for mercy.
Okay. There's the first hit.
Crush.
There's the second hit. There's the third. Damn, dude. Ooh. Okay, what about a hold E? Oh man, this is gonna be rough. This is gonna be rough. Okay. Hold on. So Eula. So Eula has an 80 energy cost for her ultimate ability. We have 130 ER right now. That's gonna be kind of problematic. All right. So I brought Rosaria and I brought Zhongli and Xingqiu so I could try out some different characters for ER gains. All right. So let's go try to get some energy back. All right. This guy got his energy. Okay. So here we go. There's one over here. I got this right here. Okay. I'm gonna use Eula real quick, and then we're gonna use the Zhongli. Okay. Then we're gonna switch over to Xingqiu. Get his stuff on. Boom. Okay. And then a boom. And then swap out. Go back to Rosaria real quick. Then go back to Eula. Do an E. Okay. That's half her ulti.
Vengeance will be mine.
Boom.
I condemn you.
Do one of these, okay?
Crush.
Okay. And okay.
Beg for mercy.
Okay, we switch off of her, come back to other characters.
Let me weave you
Battery
around my
character. Alright. So end of the rotation. We're halfway through. 5. We didn't use Bennett, obviously. Okay, so you're probably gonna have to use a battery character like Xingqiu or something like that with your Eula. I don't think that you're gonna be having a good time. So it reminds me of Zhao a little bit with the energy recharge, where like the big problem with energy recharge is that you need another character to battery it back up. So potentially using a character with like a Favonius sword would be really good. My thought earlier was using a Favonius lance on a character like Rosario would be really good. I was trying this out earlier on her and I really liked it. I don't have it on this account, but yeah, I think that'll be the key, is using a Favonius weapon to give energy particles back to your Eula would be the key. It doesn't, not on Eula specifically, but on like the other characters in your party. I think that would be the number one way. Okay, where do I go? Yo, where do I? Oh, it's an elevator.
There it is! That's where they put the diagram!
Okay. I think Eula is one of those characters that the Skyward Pride is going to be super good for because of the energy recharge gains in the Skyward Pride. The Song of Broke-Ass Pines is really, really strong because he'd be good too, but the Skyward Pride would be really awesome too for energy recharge gains on it, so it'll help you with the stat ratios and stuff. And then loss of 20 physical damage is not going to be the worst thing ever. Obviously, the 4-piece Noblesse set here is kind of sus, and I don't know why the fuck they put in 4-piece Noblesse on Eula here, but whatever. Support Eula, right? So the damage games I'm not really impressed with, but 135 ER is pretty average when you consider a character, right? Like, this is how much energy recharge you usually would give a Zhao, and I definitely feel like not having that second character with her to get the energy recharge is kind of problematic, because she gets 2 energy particles on a press E and 3 on a hold E. So having another character like Rosario with a Favonius lance to give massive energy particles back every 6 seconds or so while you're switching through your rotation seems like the way. A character like Shinku with her, or Sucrose or something like that, also seems like it'd be really, really good, so you can keep her ultimate up all the time. But I'm not really sure how you're gonna like maximize Eula, because you need a lot of energy for her ultimate to get it off, and since it's on a 20-second cooldown, you got a decent amount of time to get it back up. But it seems like she has a really weird problem with main DPS fulfillment, or as far as like keeping your energy up the whole time. And it'd be cool. I don't know if you're gonna be able to get your ultimate up on Eula prior to everything finishing in your rotation. We can try it on this Fatui here a little bit. Okay, so we got some energy gains coming in. We're gonna go in on Shinku, get 1 hit on here, and then we would have to go, because we don't have Bennett here, basically, because we have 4 characters in the team, right? Now we're back in on Eula, right? And then we switch back to a Rosaria, and then switch back to Eula, and then do the damage. And then we do our ultimate here. Boom, and then hold E it, all that crap. Where'd he go? Okay. Do our damage, get the press ease in, and then big damage. Okay. So we got our energy back pretty good. But Rosaria seems like she's a really good partner so far, just for gap close. And if I wanted to use ultimates with it, right, we could use this, get the gap close in. You can switch off with Rosaria because you don't have any issues with switching, right? Use a big hold E, big flourish Q, and then you can go back with a press E. You finish out your rotation. But she seems like she has a lot of cryo in her rotation, so I understand the difference of using both of them. Having both cryo and physical is good, but like the phys damage is obviously the big part of it. Oh, actually, I gotta add this in the video. Okay, for team compositions for Eula, Eula is one of those characters, really oddly enough, does not need Superconduct if you have Zhongli. Okay? You do not need Superconduct on Eula at all if you have Zhongli. And I'll go into that very briefly. So Eula's ability on a hold E ability reduces physical resistance of enemies by 23%. In addition to that, Zhongli's hold E ability is also going to reduce enemies' resistances by another 20%, which is a total of, let's just say at max talent, which is talent 10, 45% physical resist down. Okay? Now, a Superconduct, if you didn't know, reduces physical resistance of a target by 40%. And because it reduces by 40%, enemies that have a specific amount of resistances, when they go below 0%, all increased resistances is then halved. So let's say you had an enemy has already 0% physical resistance, and you then subtract 45% resistance, the actual increased damage value that you get is only 22.5%. Let's say they had 15% resistance and you got 45% resistance reduction. That means that you're only getting minus 15% reduction or increased damage on your character from physical damage. So the amount of damage that you get out of increased damage from Superconduct and other things is not as high as you would like. However, if you did use Superconduct, it's really only boosting your damage overall by 20% if they're already below that enemy threshold, and that might not be the best case to do. Now, the reason I think that Superconduct compositions for Eula might not be the best course of action is really down to the core thing that we talked about just earlier, and that's the energy recharge problems with Eula. If you're building out a team for Eula, one of the things that we were talking about on stream today was about what you could really do for overall players on a team composition with Eula. Now, if you've been like building your account toward Eula, let's just say in this account composition, Changyang is going to be Eula. And you were using this, one of the problems that she has is energy recharge. So a character that I thought would be really good with her would be Rosaria, so that you can give cryo particles to the cryo character, and of course then switch back and forth onto her and get the crit chance that you get from the damage bonus here. Get cryo resonance for extra crit chance or extra damage, and using Zhongli for physical resist down and a shield. So I thought all that would be a great idea, and then throwing in Bennett for some extra damage. Another idea that we talked about and toyed with was Zhangling with a Favonius Lance to get some damage in, because that would help you with the energy recharge gains, but also providing kind of a milk comp type of thing and give you some mad lead damage on the procs. Unfortunately though, since you're doing physical damage on Eula, getting the reverse melts on Eula is not going to be as strong if you're in this composition, so I don't think that's going to work out as well. But a Superconduct comp, if you didn't put in a character like Fischl, or the Fischl, oh fuck, Fischl's dead.
Behold, the princess and Devil.
Okay, anyways. So if we're going to be using a character like Fischl in the team, and you're trying to use Fischl in a team with Eula and use like a Superconduct, so you could get constant particles from Fischl while also superconducting, you wouldn't really need Zhongli. You could potentially use a character like Diano, and then of course use that to get your energy recharge gains up. But if you're constellating up, getting constellations on your Diona, what happens is Diona gives elemental mastery on her level ups instead of giving like an attack percentage buff or something like that to your team. And Eula with elemental mastery, since he's a physical damage dealer, is not necessarily the best way to go. So I don't know if that would be a good team composition in general for maximizing your damage. What I do think though is that using an Animo character that I don't have on this account would be like any Animo character for grouping would be a really good idea to do. Say Venti. And I think Venti might be okay with Eula, just to like do a Venti swirl in and then switch off to a different character. And once the Venti swirl ends, you can do, like before that ends, you hold E press on your Eula, and then go on to your normal attack rotation while you're swapping between characters. And the nice thing about Eula, since we noticed that you can swap in and out between characters, she's really, really good for quick swap comps. So I really think that if you're going to be swapping off Eula and then back to Eula a lot, she's going to be a really good character for that type of rotation. So just know that characters that work well in a quick swap comp, I think will be a much better fit for Eula, because you can swap off of her and then swap back to her with impunity, and you won't have any negative drawbacks to switching off of her too often, which is kind of cool. The new Fizz set looks really good for her. I didn't check it, but she has Fizz damage in the trial, I forgot to say. And yeah, the new Fizz set is really good for her. And if we're looking for like overall sets for her and overall weapons and stuff like that for her, she's going to be really, really good for a person that's been playing. Every YouTuber out there that I've seen talk about Eula and give information about Eula has all said pretty similar things. If you're free to play or a newer player and struggling with Abyss, probably not the best choice. If you are an advanced player who's been playing for a while and understands the core mechanics of energy recharge, knows how to flow through artifacts, has crazy damage, or has been 36 starring Abyss all the time, and you know what you're doing playing the game, this is a top tier fucking phenomenal character. She is not an easy, brain dead, smooth brain champion where you're just like, you know what? All I gotta do is press the left click button. She's not a Razor, okay? She is definitely not a Razor of game characters, okay? She's more more akin to Zhao as far as like how you feel like you gotta switch on the character. But the nice thing is you can switch off of this character consistently and switch to sub DPS characters to fill in gaps in your rotation versus staying out on doing normal attacks all the time, which is super cool. And I really like that. But as far as people that are not comfortable switching to remember when the gap of your energy recharge is in rotations, the cooldown for the 4-second cooldown here to make sure that you get to another character to do a quick swap, come back at the right time and then get the synergy right. If you're not used to that style of gameplay and you're not used to knowing exactly when characters are going to come off cooldown for your energy recharge rotations and know when you're going to come back up, this character is not going to feel as powerful. So that's why I would recommend, if you're a newer player, kind of stay away from this character. It's not going to be one that you're going to really fall in love with. As like, if she's going to be easy, nah fam, she's going to be really fucking hard to play.
You want to learn some Favonia's blade work?
Definitely needs ER. The amount of ER particles that were coming toward us was like double that in the story mode, right? So because there's so many energy particles coming in here, it's extremely misleading to how good the character is. And I understand MiHoYo wants to give us a better experience while looking at the character. But my recommendation, if they wanted to give us a better experience with the character, is what you should do with this, with the test runs, which makes the characters massively misleading here, is instead of giving energy recharge to the character, right, in increased fashion in these trials, you should just give us max energy at the start and give us the actual experience of the character with a 4-person team, because this is so misleading. And I can clearly see the biggest flaw of this character is energy recharge. And I can definitely see that I would need other characters to battery this character to do it. And that's, I honestly feel like that's really misleading on MiHoYo, but I don't think they're intentionally misleading us. I think that's more because they want to give us the better experience so people can really understand it. And if you're newer to Genshin Impact, you won't understand these like intricacies of energy recharge. So for advanced players, this is kind of misleading to figure out how the character actually feels. And for newer players, it's also kind of misleading. But what I would do, max the character's energy when they start the run and give us the normal energy recharge experience. And then give us a 4-person team so we can try out different energy recharge rotations, so we can try it in different enemies. 2-person team, you can't really see the energy recharge gains of the character. They can't really see the flow of the character. So I feel like it's a little misleading in how they're doing it. And I had to play the story mode to even figure it out. All right, guys. Well, my name's Sekapoko. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, of course, like, subscribe, all the fun stuff, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace.
Work hard.